Good evening, everybody. We'll begin today's session. So today I'll be covering a lot of basic calculation-based questions and certain logical reasoning-based questions also. Visualization is necessary in that, okay? Yeah. So this is the first question. You're given 5 equations here. And at the end of these 5 equations, you're asked what will this equation be equal to? So for your A's, I'll just number the equation. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, in this case, there are 2 symbols which are provided. I first have to locate where these 2 symbols are. They are in equation 5 here, and then they are in equation 3. Now, with equation 5, I will have to deal with negative operator, like triangle, triangle minus triangle will be equal to triangle, diamond. So instead of going into that, I will directly use equation 3 and then apply this symbol here in the place. So triangle diamond can also be written as triangle plus triangle diamond. This is from equation 3. Now, if you observe this part, this is this is what equation 5 actually looks like. Triangle plus triangle diamond. So from equation 5, I can replace that value, which is triangle, triangle. This is from equation 5. And I already know this. Triangle plus triangle is what equation 4 is about. So from that, we'll replace the value, which is triangle, diamond, diamond from equation 4. So here, henceforth, I am able to find the answer, which is option D. What is the appropriate option that can replace a question mark to complete the series? So this is a whole series. It's not a matrix, it's a series. So this comes second. The first figure, second figure, third figure, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and then we have to find the ninth figure. So in this case, there's some sequence that is getting followed. I'll first try to decode this. Now, if I observe the options carefully, what I find is circle is happening in some, but it's not happening in other equations. So I'll say that, okay, let's not take the circle first. Let's take either the star or the triangle first. So I'm looking at star and how it is moving. So star's position in the first diagram is here. The second diagram, it comes here. The third diagram, it comes here. The fourth diagram, it comes back in the middle. The fifth diagram, it comes back in its original position. The sixth diagram, it comes here. The seventh diagram, it comes here. The eighth, again, in the middle. And then the ninth diagram, it will go, what it means is in the ninth diagram, it has to come back in its original place. Henceforth, in this new diagram, the ninth figure, the star will happen in the corner position where it started, which means B and D options are eliminated from that. Now, I will look at the triangle position. Like I have mapped the path of the star, I will also map the path of the triangle. So triangle starts here. From the first figure, it comes here in the second figure. From the second figure, it comes here in the third figure. From the third figure, it comes here in the fourth figure. From this position, it goes back here in the fifth position, back here in the sixth position, and then comes back here in the seventh position. Then it goes back here in the eighth position, which means it has to come here in this position, in the ninth position, which means the triangle will occupy this position. So that is happening between A and C. That is happening at only one place, which is C. So the correct answer is C. Okay. Two men start from the same point, walk in opposite direction for 4 meters. Okay, it's a direction thing which is going on. Now, before I start with the direction thing, please note in any direction sense or walking or left, right kind of questions, the north, south, west, and east, they remain constant. What changes are the left and right of a person? So if in this position, if a person is facing north, his left will be on this position and right will be here. If a person is facing east, his left will be here and then his right will be here. If a person is facing the south, his left will be here and his right will be here. If a person is facing the west, his left will be here and his right will be here. So like I said, I drew this here. The left and right are function of on which face is the person facing versus the north, south, east, west, they don't change. All right. Having established that, what is given in the question figure is that from one point, two men, they start walking in opposite direction. One walks in this direction, one walks in this direction for 4 meters. They turn left. So this person will, when he's turned left, he will be moving upward. And when this person, he turns left, he'll be moving in this direction. You have to find, they walk for 3 meters. What you have to find is the distance between them. Let's say the distance between them is A and B. By Pythagoras theorem, in both the right angle triangle, I'll be able to find the hypotenuse, which will be 5 meters and 5 meters respectively. Therefore, the distance AB will be equal to 5 plus 5, which is 10 meters, which is the correct answer. So option C is the correct answer. Now, in this question, 5 most recent cricket scores of 4 teams are as follows. You're given 4 teams and the 5 scores. Based on this information, identify the team with the most consistent performance, least variance in score, and write its average. We have to find the average here, okay? Now, variance is least, which means the difference between the maximum score and the minimum score is least. Or the consistent performance also means that the distance between the maximum and the minimum score is least. So all I will do is I will draw, or rather I will extend this matrix further. So this is maximum score, this is minimum score, and this is the difference. So the maximum score in team 1, this is 2, 3, and 4. So maximum score in team 1 is 308 and minimum is 255. The difference between the two is 53. Maximum score in team 2 is 301, difference is 269, difference is 32. Difference between the maximum and the minimum. In team 3, the maximum score is 319. The smallest score or the least score is 279. The difference is 40. And with team 4, the maximum is 322, minimum is 288, and the difference is 44. What it means is team 2 has the least variance in scores between the maximum and the minimum. So I just need to find the average of team 2. So average of team 2 will be addition upon number of components 301 plus 282 plus 269 plus 299 plus 279 upon 5 scores, which is equal to 1430 upon 5, which will be equal to 286, which is the answer that I'm looking at. In this question, it is asked the average. We are not supposed to write the team. We'll just write the average, which is 286. A pyramid with base 6 centimeters and height 7 centimeter is merged with a cube of height 5 centimeters such that the centroid of the cube and the center of the base of the pyramid matches. The centroid of the cube and the center of the base of the pyramid, they match each other. What it means is कि इसका जो base है pyramid का, ये point का जो base है इसका, and the centroid of the cube which is somewhere bang in the middle point of the cube, they have to merge each other. Now, what I've drawn here is the actual configuration. So in this case, what I'm drawing is when I'm using, one second. Yeah. When I'm using this yellow colored, okay, it's not visible. Oh, sorry. Yeah. When I'm using this pink colored line, that is the whole pyramid, which is given here. Okay. And when I'm using this blue colored line, that is the whole cube which we are using. And then they both are merging in the same position that is provided. So this is the kind of diagram that will emerge when you combine. I'm just erasing it just so it is easy to read. When you combine the pyramid and the cube together. Here now I'll just find the in the exam, of course, you won't be given this diagram. You will have to draw this diagram. Just I've drawn it just for your ace. So this diagram, I'll draw it again. It will look something like this. Okay. And if I'm looking at it from the bottom part will actually look like this. This is the cube base, and this is the base of the pyramid, which means this will be counted as one surface, like we have the surface here. So when I'm counting the total number of surfaces, there will be the pyramid. This top part will have 4 surface. This is 1 surface. This cube will have 4 surface edges of the 4 sides. This pyramid will have 4 surface plus ये वाला जो bottom वाला surface जो यहाँ पे दिख रहा है वो आएगा, which is 1, and then the bottom cube will be 4 surface और नीचे का cube का नीचे वाला ये वाला जो surface है that will be 1 more. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 fours, 4 to, sorry. So surfaces will be equal to 4 multiplied by 4 plus 3, 1 plus 1 plus 3, 2, sorry, 1 plus 1 plus 1, so 3, which is 16 plus 3, which is 19. So the total number of surfaces in this is 19. It is 12 o'clock. In these kind of, while you are reading these questions, just make a habit of also sketching it so you don't waste time. It is 12 o'clock, so just draw what is 12 o'clock looks like. This is 12 o'clock. Both hours and minute hands are aligned exactly one over the other. I've drawn it like that so it is easier for you to read, but they are aligned one over the other. Both the hands move continuously. After how many minutes will they meet again? So they will meet after how many minutes will they meet again is what I have to find. So after 1 hour, this is what their position will be. This is after 1 hour, 1 o'clock. Here they are not overlapping anywhere in between. Between 12 and 1, they won't overlap. After this, they will overlap when this minute hand shifts to between 5 and 6 minutes. Why between 5 and 6? Because this point, as the minute hand moves, the hour hand will also move slightly. So that's where they will meet together between 5 and 6 minutes. So they will look somewhere like this. Here, and then the same thing will be the minute hand. Okay, so this will happen after from this to 5 to 6 minutes. So it can be 65 or anywhere in between in decimals also, and then it can be also 6 minutes. So in the exam, both the answers are between 65 and 66 as well as including 65 and 66 is accepted. Okay. A company's account book reveal the following figures. You have to calculate the operating profit ratio. The operating profit ratio is actually net profit upon sales. And net profit is equal to gross profit minus all expenses. So in this case, I first have to, in order to find the operating profit ratio, I will first have to find the net profit. The net profit will be equal to the gross profit, which is 68799 minus expenses 2456 minus 4789, which is equal to 61554. And the operating profit ratio or OPR will be equal to net profit, which is 61554 upon sales, which is 235126, which is equal to or approximately equal to 0.26, or it can be 26% roughly. In this case, ratio is given, so we'll go either by decimal or percentage, whichever works. Okay. A water tank of dimension is 20 by 5 by 10 is provided, and 307 cc water is there inside it. What you are given is a few bricks, each of dimensions 5 by 2 by 1 are fully submerged in the tank. Each brick absorbs 30% of its own volume of water. Just enough bricks are put in such that the water level rises completely to fill the tank. How many bricks were put in the tank? We are given the tank volume. Okay, so the tank size is 20 by 5 by 10. And then water in tank is 307 cc, cubic centimeters. So volume of tank will be equal to 20 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 10, which is 1000 cc. Therefore, remaining volume to be filled with water is equal to 1000 minus 307 volume of water which is existing, which will equal to 693 cc. I'll put this aside for now. Now I'm going to the brick part. The size of brick is given. Brick is 5 by 2 by 1 centimeter. So volume of brick is equal to 5 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1, which is 10 cc. Okay. Now what we are given is each brick absorbs 30% of its own volume of water. So volume absorbed, volume of water absorbed by one brick is equal to 30% or 30 upon 100 into 10, which is equal to 0.3 cc. Therefore, the rise in the volume. Now, please note 30% is getting absorbed and versus 70% of the volume is responsible for the rise in the water. So, rise in water level or volume of water level rise by one brick is equal to 10 minus 0. Sorry, this is 3. 10 minus 3, which is equal to 7 cc. Now I know the rise in water, the volume of water rise by one brick. I also know the volume which is to be filled, which is 693. Therefore, number of bricks required to fill the tank is equal to remaining volume to be filled by water 693 upon volume of water level rise by 1 brick, which is 7, which is equal to 99 bricks, which is the answer. What you are given here is, you're given a quadrant of a disk with cutouts. Find the total number of cutouts in the complete disk. In this case, we have to find the total, this is one quadrant, but the whole disk will be given and the disk will have same quadrants. So when I complete the whole disk, this is what the disk will look like. What it means is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. These 6 holes are responsible for creating 4 multiply by 4 cutouts. So by 6 holes, and these 6 holes are getting repeated in all 4 quadrants. 6 multiplied by 4, which is 24, plus circle and diamond are also getting repeated on all the 4 sides. So 2 units, because one is circle and one is a diamond, multiply by 4, which is 8, plus there will be one cutout which is yet to be counted in the middle, plus 1. When you add this together, the answer that you will get is 33. So 33 is the total holes or cutouts that will be there in the whole disk. Okay. Now you're given a figure which is formed by a black square which is inscribed in a white circle. The black square is inscribed in a white circle, and you're given the square, the side of the square to be 2 centimeters. If a point is chosen at random inside figure 1, what is the probability that the point will be in the area of the shaded black part? This probability will be equal to, the probability that a point will fall in the black shaded part will be equal to area of black part upon total area of square. This is the bigger square of 2 centimeters. I know the area of the bigger square, which is area of 2 centimeters square, which is equal to 2 multiplied by 2, which is 4 centimeters. In this diagram, I just know the side of the bigger square. I don't know the side of the inside, so the smaller square that is inside. I want to find that area. Now, if you observe this part, ye size, yes dimension or ye dimension, they will be same. Why? Because they are the diameter of the circle. Both the lines are the diameter of the circle. This diameter of the circle will also be of the value of 2 centimeters, which means the diagonal of the triangle, I'm just writing here, ABC. The diagonal of the triangle ABC, which is 1/2 of the a smaller square, is equal to or the hypotenuse of the smaller square, or the diagonal of the smaller square, is equal to 2 centimeters. Now now I know that I also know that I can find the area because I know the diameter of the circle, white circle. So the area of white circle with dia 2 centimeters is equal to pi r square, which will be equal to 3.14 multiplied by 1 square. The diameter is 2, so the radius will be 1 centimeter, which is equal to 3.14 centimeters square. I know the area of the white circle now. Now I have to find the area of the black square also. I mean the inside black square also. So I can use the triangle ABC here. So in triangle ABC, if one side is A and A square plus A square will be equal to the hypotenuse, which is 2 square. So this implies is 2A square will be equal to 4. Therefore, A square will be equal to 2 and therefore one side will be equal to √2. What it means is कि ये वाला आपको value √2 मिला, ये भी √2 मिला. So area of square with side √2 is equal to √2 multiplied by √2, which is 2 centimeters. Now I know the area of the white, I know the area of the bigger square, which is 4, and I know the area of the inside square. So the area of the black part will be equal to area of the bigger square, which is 4, 2 centimeter square, which is 4, minus area of the white part. Area of the white circle is 3.14 plus area of the black circle, which is 2 centimeter. This will be equal to 2.86 centimeter square. Now I have to find the probability. I don't have to find just the area. So the probability from equation 1 will be equal to area of black part is 2.86 upon total area of the square is of 2 centimeter is 4, which will be equal to 0.715, which is the probability of a point falling in the black part. Okay. So in this case, you're given shapes and then there are letters corresponding to the shapes. Now, in these kind of questions, or forget about number and letter based question, before you start the exam, just do the short exercise, any exam, which has aptitude component. Just do this short exercise where you write A to Z and then just write the corresponding numbers to them. And then uska inverse bhi kar do. 26, 25, 24, 23, so on till 1. So you know that A may correspond to 1, A may correspond to 26 also, B may correspond to 2, B may correspond to 25 also. So in case of analogy or aptitude related question, this kind of a reference helps you a lot. Okay. So in this case, what we find is a three-sided diagram has C as the numeric as the alpha value. A six-sided diagram has F is connotated or is annotated by the alphabet F. An eight-sided diagram is annotated by the letter H. An eight-sided diagram and a four-sided diagram is annotated by the letter H and D. We have to find what will this annotate by. So if you observe carefully, C is the third letter, which is the number. F is the sixth letter, which is this number. H is also the eighth letter in the alphabet series. 4 is also the fourth letter D is also the fourth letter in the alphabet series. What it means is the number of sides corresponds and the number of sides is in relationship to the letter or the number of the letter in alphabetical order. So in this case, all I have to find is how many sides does this green colored figure have? It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sides, which means the letter that will come will be an 8 side, H, 8th letter, which is H. So option A is the one which is correct. So here you are given certain clocks. You have to replace which clock will replace the question mark. You have to guess which clock will replace the question mark. Now, if you observe, it is 9 o'clock, AM, PM, whatever. This is also 9. This is 3. This is 7:30. So the difference between the first and the second is either 0 hours or it is 12 hours. The difference between second and third is 6 hours. We don't know this because we have to guess this, but then the difference between the third and the fifth figure is actually 4.5 hours. Yeah, this is 4.5 hours. So if I break up 4.5 into two parts, it can be 3 and 1.5. Now, why I have taken 3 and 1.5 is, if you observe, if we take that the difference between the first and the second clock is 12, uska half will be 6, which is the difference between the second and the third. Iska half will be 3, which is the difference between, which could be the probable difference between the third and the fourth, and iska half will be 3 ka half will be 1.5, which is the difference between the fourth and the fifth figure. So if we assume कि इसका भी 3 बजे है, 3 बजे के बाद if we have a difference of 3 hours, the time will be 6 hours, which means ये 6 हुआ, इसके बाद 1.5 hours के बाद यहाँ पे 7:30 होना चाहिए, which is actually there. So the correct answer is option B, which is 6 hours. You're just showing 6 o'clock time. So here you're given in these questions, like with a very big, in the exam, you generally don't get time to read the whole thing. So as you keep on going forward with solving it, just try formulating the equations, because if you observe the second statement here, it is actually talking about some kind of an equation formulation. So you're given four solid shapes, cube, cuboid, cone, sphere, which are developed using some material in vacuum. Okay, I'll write vacuum here because last में आपको air दिया है, तो अभी हम vacuum में deal करेंगे. In vacuum, the combined mass of cube plus sphere is equal to cuboid plus sphere is equal to cube plus cone. This is my first equation. In the second equation, what you're given is mass of cuboid is equivalent to the combined mass of sphere and cone. Mass of cuboid is equal to combined mass of sphere plus cone. This is second equation. The sphere in vacuum only, the sphere weighs 2 kgs and its volume is 62.5 cc. I can replace the value of 2 kg because ये दोनों mass वाले equation here and here, but I will first replace it in equation 2. So that will give me cuboid is equal to 2 plus cone. Therefore, cone mass can be cuboid minus 2, which is the third equation. Now I'll replace the sphere ka mass and this formula of cone wala in equation 1, which will be cuboid plus 2 is equal to cube mass plus cuboid minus 2. Here C and C, cuboid ka mass will be cancelled. The mass of cube will be 4 kgs. Now we know that for solid with 2 kilo mass, volume आपको दिया है उसका. Volume is 62.5 cc. Therefore, for a cube or a solid with 4 kilo mass, material is not changing. Please note here. Volume will be how much? It will be 62.5 multiplied by 2, multiplied by 4 upon 2, which is equal to 125 cc. So volume of cube is equal to 125. Volume of cube ka formula is, if I assume the cube ka side is x cube is equal to 125. Therefore, volume of the side of one of the cube, one side of cube will be equal to 5. Cube root of 125 is 5, so 5 centimeters, which is the dimension of one side of cube. Now, in the next condition, we are also given is one of the properties of this material is such that the length of the side of the cube doubles when exposed to air. The length doubles. So if 5 है in vacuum, तो उसका length air में, now I'm going to in air, the side of cube will be equal to 5 length in vacuum multiplied by 2, which is equal to 10 centimeters. So now the volume of this cube in air will be 10 by 10 by 10. Therefore, number of cubes required to fill tank will be equal to the tank size, which is 50 by 50 by 50 upon एक cube का volume, which is 10 by 10 by 10, which is equal to 125 cubes. Therefore, 125 cubes will be required to fill the tank of 50 by 50 by 50. Okay. We'll end today's session here. Thank you so much for your time.